Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about spirituality and why it's such a controversial topic and why there are so many different schools of thought surrounding spirituality and why there's so disagreement, there's so much speculation. Um, yeah, pretty much that in a nutshell. So the reason why there's so much disagreement um, with spirituality and people in spiritual circles is because a lot of people will call themselves spiritual. A lot of people will talk about spirituality and the different concepts, but a lot of the times these people they don't really know what spirituality is. They don't have a true understanding of what spirituality is. Especially scientifically minded people like scientists who work in labs or doctors, practitioners, nurses, people at universities, professors, teachers in general. Most scientifically minded people, they don't understand what spirituality is. They think that it's this kind of ethereal, woo woo, um, fantasy realm that um, hippies talk about and New Age thinkers talk about. But if you actually do enough research into the topic and you learn from great spiritual leaders in the field, people who really know what they're talking about, you'll figure out that that couldn't be farther from the truth. And in fact, the greatest spiritual thinkers, the greatest spiritual minds, and the greatest practices are really another form of science itself. Because when you break down science, what it's trying to do at its core is it's trying to figure out more aspects of reality. Science is about uncovering the truths of reality and this world that we see before us on a daily basis, and how this world interacts with us, how we interact with the world, and how the world interacts with itself. That's really the fundamental basis of science, is to get a pure understanding of experience and of existence itself. And in fact, that's exactly what spirituality is. And like I said, most scientifically minded people, they don't understand this. They think that spirituality is some kind of belief, or some kind of idea that is perpetuated amongst certain groups of people, that isn't founded on anything, that can't be proven, that can't be measured or used in an experiment. Again, this couldn't be further from the truth. Um, and to get to the ultimate levels of spirituality, you must undergo experiments. You must undergo um, different techniques and different methods and different disciplines, because you're trying to get to the core of reality. You're trying to get to the core of ultimate understanding. And you're going to need to test out different ideas, different concepts, different theories, different ways of looking at the world in order to figure out that truth. So, really, spirituality in the ultimate sense is identical to science in the ultimate sense. They're both about pure discovery, pure knowledge, right? And what happens often is spirituality will get co-opted and corrupted and turn into a belief system like organized religion. Organized religion is a perfect example of how spirituality was co-opted and corrupted in order to control the minds of the masses, right? And science nowadays is mostly corrupt and really interested in the gain of the scientists that are involved, paychecks, university grants, status, Nobel Prizes, right? These are at the forefront of a lot of scientifically minded people's minds, right? So really what I wanted to get at with this video is that true spirituality is identical with true science and true discovery and true curiosity. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And again, the reason why people don't see this is because really people hear the word spirituality, they hear the word mindfulness, let's say, meditation, chakras, yoga, different yogic practices, and they think, oh, that's a bunch of bullshit. That's fake. And they have these knee-jerk reactions to these concepts without ever even considering them for 1 second seriously, right? And if they did, if they actually stepped outside of their comfort zone and they surrendered a bit of their ego and a bit of their pride, they would find that they were actually quite ignorant because they never actually entertained these concepts in the first place. They just automatically dismissed them without second thought. And at the core of spirituality, again, what people don't understand is it's all about cultivating your awareness, cultivating your own consciousness, and cultivating truth, essentially. And if you check out my previous video entitled What is Infinity? All of Reality Explained in One Video, I get to the core of what reality is fundamentally. And spiritual practices and true scientific practices, their aims are identical. Their aims is ultimately getting towards that truth and understanding reality in a holistic and complete, in a holistic and complete way. So people dismiss spirituality again simply because it's not popular. It's probably not going to make them a lot of money, and because they just have knee-jerk reactions to the word, and they don't want to admit to themselves that they might actually be wrong in their assumptions. So that's really why spirituality is so controversial, even in the 21st century, even in 2021. Spirituality is not really a mainstream thing. What's mainstream nowadays is, I would say, more skepticism, maybe like agnosticism, some atheism as well. People nowadays are really more indifferent than anything. And people almost don't even care um, whether there is a God, there isn't a God, there is a hell, there is a heaven. Like, most people just like at least act like they don't really care about these things, or that these topics are just philosophical nonsense that don't need to be explored. And again, that couldn't be further from the truth. These are some of the most profound, interesting, life transforming topics. If you pursue them honestly and with an open mind, they will reward you in ways that you could have never imagined. And all it takes is the open mind and the intent to go down these roads, to go down these rabbit holes, and to find out what lays, or lies, I should say, beneath the surface. So that's going to conclude this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're still skeptical about spirituality and how it relates to your life and science and kind of like mainstream thinking, then leave a comment down below. Ask your question, leave your comment, and I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. I'm obviously going to be making more content like this in the future, so hopefully as the videos come out, a bigger picture will start to show for you, and it'll help you to uncover all the truths that you always wanted to uncover. So that's going to be it. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that, good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one.